Someone yesterday pushed someone onto the subway for no reason.
On the track?
Onto the track as the train was coming. Killed him. Like, just yesterday. Like,
this is in New York?
In New York City. I didn't pull it in because I didn't even want to go there.
Bonkers, man.
Flawless victory, man. This is crazy. All right, so New York Post puts out an article. I'm talking like I'm New Yorker. But an article. Half of all New Yorkers will flee city in the next 5 years as quality of life plummets. They found this in a post-pandemic poll. So I'm going to skip to the meat and potatoes of the article. People are fed up with the quality of life. There's a general sense of lawlessness. You go into the CVS and there's shoplifting. People's cars get vandalized. This is what Queens Councilman Robert Holden told the Post. Half of the 6,600 households polled. It's a lot of people. So this is like a credible survey. Also said that they felt unsafe riding the subway, even more so today. A drastic reduction from more than 4 out of 5 New Yorkers who said so in 2017. The survey also showed steep slides in happiness with the quality of public education, government services, cleanliness in the city. New Yorkers were also increasingly dissatisfied with traffic, bike and pedestrian safety, and subway service. White people, residents of Manhattan, and those making higher incomes were more likely to report satisfaction with city life than other groups. The massive decline of satisfaction with the general quality of life in New York City was buoyed by the fact that 50% of residents were happy with the quality of life in their neighborhood. Some 43% of residents making more than $200,000 a year approved of living in their neighborhood, as did 45% of those earning more than $100,000. Well, of course. Only 30% of New Yorkers making less than $35,000 felt the same. And I just want to read the top line too. When asked if they plan to stay in the Big Apple until 2028, only 50% of those surveyed said yes, down from 58% just 5 years ago or 6 years ago. What do we make of that?
I mean, what do you expect? I mean, just look at what...
From a leadership standpoint.
Yeah, well, first, let's just talk about what's happening, right? Like, talk about the facts, right?
Right.
There's a crime, immigration, police shortage problem.
Correct.
Same thing's happening in Baltimore.
Yep.
Same thing's happening in Pittsburgh. Same thing's happening in every city. We're going to see
any metro area.
Yeah, we're going to see this over and over and over and over again. And so, the people who are all, pro lawlessness and anti police are not the ones that are stepping up to take these jobs.
Right.
The people that would take those jobs are like, well, screw this. Why would I go somewhere where nobody wants me?
Right.
I'm not going to put my life in jeopardy. I'll go somewhere where people respect police. So, I think that's just a big part of it. But I mean, are we surprised that, people are aggressively moving out of these liberal run states and cities? No, not in the slightest. Right. So
no, you actually put up some data.
I did pull up some data. So, the top 10 states Americans are moving from: California, New York, New Mexico, Illinois, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Minnesota, Washington, Maryland, and Louisiana. Louisiana, I don't know if that's that's not a red state, is it?
I'm going to guess it's not.
But it's extremely impoverished.
We can always find out.
I've been to Shreveport, Louisiana. That place is brutal.
Well, yeah, high crime, especially New Orleans and...
Yeah. And so, are we surprised? I mean, this is the dystopian future that everybody's...
Are these all blue states with the exception of New Mexico?
New Mexico is not a blue state.
Right.
Or no, it is a blue state.
Okay.
It is a blue state.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I mean, and then people are moving into, red states: Florida, Texas, North Carolina, which I think is actually blue, Arizona, which is purple, South Carolina, which is red, Alabama, red, Tennessee, purple. I don't know about Georgia, Nevada.
They historically have been red. Last election, they were not.
So, you're seeing people move to where there's better value alignment and things that they respect and appreciate. I would also say that, cost of living in most of those places is generally more affordable.
Yeah. They have potentially have a few of these states have different views on income tax.
Correct. Yeah.
So
Tennessee being one of those.
Yeah. So you see this caveat of, dude, if you're going to be a tyrant, you're going to impose on my personal liberty, and everything that generally comes along with that, more crime, a depressive state. I'm going to get out of here while I still have time.
You know, I'd be interested too. This is the numbers that we'd never get, but I'd be interested to know the income brackets of the people that move out of the state.
Mhm.
I would, if I had to venture, the median household income is probably higher than most because they can afford to. It's not cheap to move out of a state.
No.
Most people I was reading on average will move when they move from home, it will up to 68 miles. Right. So you move 68 miles from home, you're considered like moved out.
Yeah.
Right. So moving to an entire different state is a whole.
Yeah. So you likely need the means. Yeah.
So people with money eventually just go, you know what? I'm just going to take my business elsewhere. I'm going to take I can work remotely. I got a white collar job. You know, I don't need to be here. Why would I do that? You know?
Right.
So that's what's going on.
Dude, I feel for people in these environments, to be frank. Like,
I know it sucks.
but it's the old adage to people. It's funny. The older I get, the more I realize that when people say like, you get what you vote for.
Yeah.
It's true. I used to be like, nah, get out of here. It's true, man. Like,
yeah, 100%. So it's just an ongoing trend. I mean, it's not surprising. Like we've talked about it on here before. You know, do you really want to start a business in a blue state? Probably not. Do you want to own real estate in a blue state? Probably not.
Right.
Just because the laws tend to be less favorable. And look at what's going on in New York as it relates to tenant landlord laws. That lady just got arrested for addressing a squatter in a home that she owns.
Yes.
She literally had to hand the keys over and she got cuffed and walked out because she broke the tenant landlord law. Squatting is legal. She's not allowed to do that.
Did you see that they have like vigilante mercenary squad, like removing squatters?
No, but it doesn't surprise me.
People are going in and they're like, get out of here. They got people.
Yeah. So, you know, before the government made them feel all warm and fuzzy that, you know, the whole would take care of you. We got this. Right. And then all of a sudden, not enough police. And now you're basically an enemy of the state if you own assets. Right.
Yeah.
So
that's Marxism.
Yeah. When you're just moving back to where people go, all right, well, then we'll just take care of the law ourselves like we used to prior to there being a police department.
Dude, that's Marxism, communism, like anything, any ideology that is saying you don't have private property.
Correct.
Including your nation's border, which is a form of private property.
Yes.
For a nation. No God, no family. You are looking at the face of Marxism and cultural Marxism, to be specific. And stay away, get away, flee, flee, man. If you no longer have personal property, you no longer have a space for God, and you no longer have the family as God created it to be, that view even being allowed to be expressed, you get out of there. So,
yeah, unfortunately,
yeah,
you know, people just don't even know what they don't know. You got entire generations that don't know God. So it's a problem.
It's a problem.